Hi guys, my name is Gavin and I am a seminary student at Liberty University. I just finished up my first week of classes and I thought something really cool would be share each week what my favorite thing that I learned or covered was. And this week it had to be from my Old Testament survey class. We covered the book of Genesis. This week we covered the extraordinary characters and heroes. We talked about the flood and we covered creation. Out of all of this, my favorite thing that we covered had to be sparked by an exam question, which was, how does chapters 1, 2, and 3 of Genesis shape my worldview? And this is something I've never thought about, ever. And I didn't realize how foundational these chapters were in my worldview. Genesis chapter 1 talks about God's role in creation as creator, and how it's not an accident, but it's by him that we are here. And Genesis chapter 1 says that God created the heavens and the earth ex nihilo. Ex nihilo is a Latin term for out of nothing. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. God decided, God chose to create us, and I think that gives us purpose and meaning. Genesis chapter 2 talks about how we are created in the image of God. I think this is such a beautiful thing. God could have created us in any image, but he chose to create us in his image. And I think that is such a beautiful thing. And that affects my worldview by how I view every single person, including myself, that we have value because we are made in the image of God and we have purpose. Genesis chapter 3 really talks about the entrance of sin into the world. You can't have a worldview without acknowledging the brokenness of it. We see it every single day. And I think this is a really hard thing to understand sometimes, including myself, that God is an all-loving and all-powerful God, the Bible teaches. How is there brokenness? And it's because God is an all-loving God. He gave us a gift, and that gift was free will. And we read in Genesis chapter 3 that is why there's brokenness in the world, because we squandered that gift of free will, and we chose to separate ourselves from God, and that is why there's brokenness in the world. So that chapter really has a big part of my worldview in the essence of the seriousness of sin and the necessity for redemption. And after we let sin enter the world, God didn't shoo us away, but yet he sent his son down to earth to die the most gruesome death and to raise up again 3 days later so that we could have the option of redemption and have a relationship with him. And I think that is the most beautiful thing ever.